Booyah. Hmm.
Dev?
Cal, I just saw your interview, and
And...
just thanks, I guess, you know. And I agree, it is nice to work together for a change.
Aw.
Yeah, well, beats the arguments any day.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, have you seen the news?
What news?
The Butler Global trouble's gone public. Story just came out during the race.
Damn.
What? I thought you said that couldn't happen.
Yeah, these things have a way of getting out.
Yeah.
How are you handling it? What's going on?
Me and Andrea have it under control. It's okay. I'm just gonna have to try and no comment my way through the paddock for the rest of the day.
And what happens now? I mean, what does this mean?
You know what it means, Cal. Remember?
No one can argue with first place.
Exactly. See you at the debrief.
On my way.
Aw. It was a sensational performance today, fending off Lawson and Verstappen to close the championship, both the drivers and constructors. Major of the Sports reasons says it's unsustainable, but the reality of what the team is capable of is now beyond dispute. Some of the doubters continue to wait for the team's inevitable drop in form. The rest of us will enjoy what's rapidly becoming the most exciting title race in recent times, right? Mayer appeared almost bullish in assessment of the team's ability to maintain its current form and make a true run for the title, a message I'm sure will be heard by the rest of the team. Connor recently stepped down as team principal to take on a new role at his parent company. The situation, initially confusing, has since been clarified by Connor Sport, although they had very little from Connor himself. Present in the paddock this weekend after missing the last two races, he was far more open with the press, expressing full confidence in Connor Sport's direction. Nice. Leaked financial data from Butler Global has sent shockwaves through the business world and the F1 paddock. The figures paint a picture of a company teetering on the brink of financial collapse, with the operation of Connorsport a costly passion project of the late Davidoff Butler adding to the strain. It wasn't even him, it was that fucking other guy. This has led to a sharp decline in Butler's global share prices, causing concern among investors and stakeholders. Despite the growing unease, Butler Global is yet to issue a formal statement, leaving many to speculate about the company's future. It places Devon Butler and Connor Sport in a precarious position. On one hand, they're in the midst of a thrilling title challenge, showcasing their competitive prowess. On the other, there's a genuine concern about the stability and the future of the team. Damn. How not to win a constructor's title? Because it's important to remember that Red Bull were unknowns once. And so there comes a time in every team's history where they must step up to stop being pretenders and become champions. For Red Bull, it was the heady November of 2010 where Vettel only led the standings for one day, the final one. Webber pushed him all the way, and Red Bull were actually criticised for not employing team orders despite the closest of the title race. Lessons to be learned for Connorsport, given how close the fight is between Mayer and Jackson. No team orders all of the race. Excuse me. Later it was Mercedes who were a new outfit that stepped up to win. Backed by the engineering and financial muscle of Mercedes and a head start in the engine regulations, it was the title-winning and title-losing experience of Hamilton that was able to take the team one step further. They developed quickly for their early years with an aging Michael Schumacher and upstart Nico Rosberg. Schumacher had a lot more to hand in it than you'd think. Or is that just me being biased? I don't know. But I think it's quite a known fact at this point. Oh, Brad, I just body. got to take the constructors, yeah. Jackson wouldn't be level with her if Maya hadn't handed him points. Wow. Aw. Fair. Be in Vegas for the crisis talk back home with the board. Damn. Cal, Kay told me about the old photos you've got. Any that contain me, I want them now. Keep the ones of yourself, that's fine, but I do not give my consent to you having any of me, especially the one on Brighton Pier when I was 6. I've CC'd Kay in. Please arrange the descent. Lol. Ah, last chapter. I think. Well, this is Abu Dhabi, so I'm assuming it is.
Is it true Callie and Aidan bought your ticket to Abu Dhabi?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, they really wanted me to be there.
Aww.
I mean, how could I refuse?
Good point.
Jasper, heard you were around.
Sorry. I know I'm not supposed to be here.
Hey, can I run something by you?
Aw.
Here, get over here. Take a look at these numbers. Team order.
Team order, hmm?
Yeah.
Okay, what am I looking at?
Bit of a gamble.
Well, you're not going to beat Red Bull by copying them.
Thank you, Casper.
Yeah. Could work.
Listen, Casper,
You don't have to apologize.
I wasn't thinking straight, you know?
I know.
I was under a lot of pressure. Business, Butler Global, Dad, Callie, I didn't know what to do. It felt like I was getting everything wrong. Yeah.
It hasn't been easy for you.
Devon Butler is human. He always was, but...
It's okay.
Can't do this now. Got a championship to win.
That you do?
Right. Team meeting, 6 minutes. I want you there.
No.
Yeah. Be good for the drivers. 6 minutes, team order.
Fair enough. Love it.
Could you take a look at this, please?
I'm sure she's already talked to you about it. Callie had a really good time on the late night chat show. The host and her had a good report, and it was a great showcase of her personality away from the paddock. There was even a viral clip circulating online for some time afterwards of Callie showing her favourite story of when the pair of you were karting together. The PR team were really happy with how that went. The scheduling difficulties did mean she was a bit rushed heading into that weekend, and her performance in practice wasn't quite up to her usual standards. That's fair. As for his later to approach the weekend's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, but... Darn, I should know. Oh, Spit!
Hi, Mum.
His mum!
Hi, Devon.
Finally!
How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. How are you?
I'm okay, thanks, yeah. I was calling... Well, I thought I'd say good luck. Don't know you don't believe in luck.
Thanks.
And, yeah. Well, I'll let you go.
Mum, it's, nice to hear from you. Everything's been a bit weird lately, you know?
I think it will be for a while, you know? But it's good to hear your voice. I'm always here for you, Devon. Always.
Thanks. That's really nice. I'm pretty busy, you know, but you can call me again sometime if you'd like.
Okay, I will. I'll hold you to that. I just wanted to say I'm so proud of you. And, yeah, have a good race. Look after Callie for me.
Yes, she'll be okay. Bye, Mum.
Oh, that was perfect. Finally, he talks to his mom. Well, it's not to say he didn't talk to her, but yeah, that was great. That's awesome. That was awesome. I'm not gonna lie, that was perfectly done. Perfectly done. That was perfect. That was awesome. So they're behind Verstappen and Red Bull at the moment. Okay. Who about that between Red Bull's Verstappen and Mayer and Jackson? So all three of them, wow. There are all three of them, so I am going to do what I said. I'm going to pick Jackson because this looks like it might be the actual big end. It started with Jackson, so it's going to end with him. I'm going to hold myself to that. Movie starts alive in Formula 1. The 2022 season brought little for Connor Sport but expensive repair bills, trips to the steward's room, and more than a few grey hairs. With hindsight, Jackson and Butler was a driving pair for the ages, but for all the wrong reasons. They made Butler's early retirement in 23 due to hearing loss all the more dramatic, and one still feels that a fully fit Devon would have been potential champion. Yeah? Team rounded around F2 champion Callie Mayer and a maturing Jackson to find their groove, even with their own future at stake. Fifth place and funding secured, Davidoff Butler's pet project might have felt positive going into 24, but for Butler's untimely passing. What would be a realistic discussion for titles testament to how effectively do they continue from here? The rotating cast of faces have been critical, even despite the soap opera drama. I think they do kind of continue, don't they? I didn't know that actually. Oh, well they might do. Yeah, they might. I'm not sure. Connor's journey from two stints at the team principal is never straightforward. Book and dispel of Casper, who went from Mayer's mentor and Aiden's rival to become successful team principal in the most difficult of circumstances. And the Dutchman is trying his retirement, yeah. It feels that the late Davidoff Butler would be beaming with pride and no doubt pushing them to finish the job. Aww. 2022 was such a shake-up that it sounded like everyone was confident of nailing the new regulations. In fact, Red Bull was so dominant in the early stages of the era that Verstappen almost took on an F-real level of performance. 3 constructors and 4 drivers' titles are a fair reward for absolutely dominating the development race and leaving everyone else scrapping to better understand these new rules, put so much emphasis on downforce generated by the floor. It's like I said, I think Schumacher would have been absolutely a force in these vehicles. I think they were tailor-made for him. So 5 minutes ago that we were speculating about the new 2022 regs, now we say goodbye to this era of car. Take a good look and listen this weekend and say goodbye before ushering in new future next year with a real chance of new world champions. Damn. That is going to be a weird feeling. If Consport win the Constructors, it'll go down as the greatest underdog story in history. I know, right? I could see Callie in a career in broadcasting after she's done. Huh. She's a great storyteller too. I could have listened to her embarrassing Devon stories all day. Did I just see Casper Ackerman milling round the Consport garage? You certainly did, mate. Getting the band back together. Let's go, Max. Make it 5. That would be somewhat great. But I don't think it's going to happen in the game or in real life. Red Bull just aren't competitive enough overall. There's a simulation. I've given it a lot of thought, and I reckon I'll keep these old photos. I have them all, and they're not going anywhere. I've even saved your favorite one on my phone, and loaded to go out in socials, you know, just in case. Love it. I wanted to let you know that Modern Pace will be going ahead with a full profile piece on you in the upcoming issue. Unfortunately, this does mean they won't have space for Aiden's feature in the same issue. I don't want to run into similar profiles in one go. They assured me that Aiden's future will still happen, but it will be postponed to a later date. That makes sense, and if Aiden wins the championship, that'll give an extra layer to the story when it eventually does come to do, so, yeah.
So, newest team on the grid is pushing for the title. No one saw that coming a couple of seasons ago. When Connor Sport was a midfield team, Aiden Jackson was just full of potential. Remember that, mate?
Yeah.
No potential anymore.
Right.
You're in contention for the drivers. And I really can't believe I'm saying this. So is my little sis. Proud of you, sis. And I know somewhere in the big corporation in the sky, so is Dad. Yeah, he always was, you know. Even though the only way he could express it was by secretly bankrupting his own company. But hey, nobody's perfect, right? Casper, final words?
Just remember everything I taught you.
What was that exactly?
Kind of hoping you could tell me.
Hey, Cass.
Yeah.
Who do you think's taking home the drivers?
Oh, well, my money is on Verstappen.
Oi!
Andrea.
It's been an honor. Whatever happens, thank you all for making Connor Sports such a force.
Exactly.
Right, we've got a job to do, people. Finish the race quicker than Red Bull. Simple, right? Just get the fastest time. It's a funny thing, time. Every moment of every race, you're either losing it or you're gaining it. And every driver on the track, every team on the pit walls doing the same. They're all looking for time, looking for milliseconds. Truth is, those milliseconds are everywhere. They're in every brake, every turn, every pit, every shift. We win this race today, 1 millisecond at a time. We gain one, then we gain another, and we don't stop. We keep pushing. We look for the smallest possible moments, and we claim every second available to us out there, because when you add them all up, those milliseconds, those moments, those are the difference between the team that had a really good season and the team that made history. So we're gonna do this or what?
Yeah.
Yeah!
The revolutionism of Devon Butler, if that's the right word.
Who deserved the title more?
Well, they're both incredible drivers. Now, on one hand, you have Aiden. I know we didn't get off on the right foot the first time we met, but he actually ended up becoming the best friend I ever made in this sport.
Oh.
And then there's Callie. She was on the way up when I left F1 the first time. She was just pure potential. Now, I knew from the very first time I saw her drive that she was going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking before that final race that for one of them to win, the other one would have to lose. Guess that's sports.
Sucks,
To get
doesn't
back
it?
to the question, who deserved it most? You'll have to ask someone else.
Yeah. Sucks, doesn't it? Absolutely sucks. Well, like I said, it started with Jackson. It's going to end with Jackson. One thing I really love, even though this is completely unrealistic and would never happen, but at least this story has shown that, you know, fighting for a championship hasn't made everything totally implode on the inside. Jackson and Callie have been formidable as teammates, even though they're challenging for the title. It would never happen in real life, so I'm savoring it. I love it. But yeah. Started with Jackson is going to end with Jackson. Technically, maybe in some case, I should go for Callie because, you know, in the Aiden Jackson story, that's the goal of the end. That is going to be the end game. The end game is probably going to be, I don't know, 2024 or 5, where I hope to maybe give Jackson a title or two, because that's the end game. So technically, I probably should pick Callie here, but like I said, this is definitely giving me a feel of the final chapter. We started with Jackson, we're going to end with him. That's the only reason I'm picking him. There's no favoritism involved. I think it just makes sense to end where we started this whole thing. So I probably should put Callie in hindsight, but like I said, it started with Jackson. Let's finish it with him.
Here in Abu Dhabi, it's Max Verstappen out in front, with Charles Leclerc in second, followed by Liam Lawson and Callie Mayer just behind, looking to break into the top 3.
Well, as things currently stand, Red Bull comfortably top the standings. Verstappen crowned world champion, but we're a long way from the end.
Well, we are that, but Connor Sport not doing enough to claim that top spot. Mayer's doing well. Jackson, though, has a lot of places to make up if he wants to contribute.
I wonder if there's going to be any references to 2021 again, like Silverstone was. I don't think they'll run that quite honestly.
We need to start moving up now, Aiden. Where's Callie? Right, she's currently in 4th. Let's close the gap between you both. Let's go. Copy. I'm on it.
I love it when Aiden says that. It just feels such an Aiden Jackson thing to say. Oh my god, Abu Dhabi's beautiful in this game, dude. Like the darkness and the lighting, it's gorgeous. I'm gonna say it right now. This game is so good. Graphically, it's the best it's ever been. It's kind of a shame that you never see the full race distances.
That gap ahead, please. 0.9 seconds.
That'd be kind of cool if it like showed the actual race distances. Abu Dhabi's another one that I'm not really good at for some reason. Every time I come here, I struggle. If in 2020 I couldn't beat Schumacher at all. I mean, technically, I wouldn't say I wasn't trying to, but I wasn't going to make it too hard. I was probably going to try and at least make a battle out of it. If Mick was in that position, but at the end of the day, it wouldn't have mattered because he was racing off into the distance anyway, because Abu Dhabi's just not been a strong track for me for some reason. It's another one of those very strong AI tracks, I feel. This game was so damn beautiful, dude. I do love this new AI, dude. This AI is brilliant. It's gonna make the racing in 25 really fun. For sure. I need to find that perfect balance though. But we're going to use the reverse grid race in the My Team video to test those later, after this is done. Because obviously we can't get a good read on the AI at breaking point because they're kind of... The difficulty isn't exactly, you know... What's the word? You know, it's not exactly a good read or reference point, if that's the right word.
Nice move. Good job.
Used up so much battery there.
There's nothing to separate the top three. This is a cracking end to this race, and it could still be anybody's. As Leclerc into turn one, goes down the inside and hits Verstappen. Liam Lawson runs wide.
Oh dear.
Mayer is up into first.
A little bit too late.
Verstappen hit.
Overly aggressive from Leclerc there, and is clearly backfired.
Oh boy.
Looks like that's the end of his race.
And what it means is this woman, Callie Mayer, could be crowned world champion. But I get the sense that this race isn't over yet.
Oh, we're gonna take it from her? Oh, that's cruel, dude. Oh no. We're gonna take it from her.
What
Oh
happened?
no.
Yeah, Callie's now in P1. Repeat, Callie is in first place. Copy. Lawson and Verstappen are our priority now. Worry about Callie later.
Yep.
Leave it to me.
Jackson's maturity is just so heartwarming.
Callie's 3 places ahead of you now. The gap.
His maturity over the course of this story has been something really cool to witness. Oh, this is a little sad, dude. I'm a little sad having to do this right now.
And gap is 12 seconds.
I think either or, it's a really sad kind of feeling I've got. It would be sad either way, I think. Verstappen has actually kept going and still in second.
"11 seconds separate you."
I really am sorry, Cal. I don't really feel good about doing this. I kind of don't. That's actually the truth. I don't actually feel good about this at all. So I'm surprised Lawson is not
Callie's 3
just,
places ahead of you now. The gap is 8
I
seconds.
don't know, just stopping in the middle of the track to, you know, let Verstappen through.
The gap is 7 seconds.
But it's as unrealistic as it is. Like I said, it has been so nice that even being in a championship battle hasn't really strained their relationship at all. Probably because they went all through that in the first place. I guess, you know, when Callie first came in, you know, it was a bit difficult. So maybe they've had that period already. But it's been all sorts of like calm and cool, and all that kind of stuff. Now I know in real life it would never happen, so you know they are kind of doing an alternate reality thing here. But I think it's nice. I'm savoring it because it's nice.
Okay, Callie's a couple of places up on you. That's a 2-second gap now.
Took a ball out
The
with
gap
me.
is just 1 second now. And that's Callie directly ahead of you now. Okay, the gap is less than a second.
Sorry, Cal. She didn't make it easy.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
Oh, why do I feel so sad right now? I just do. I just feel so sad. You know, we gotta take it for Callie even though she's not put a foot wrong. Like, damn. Well, it just means Jackson owes her one next year if Connor Spore in the same position. Give her one.
Would you believe it?
I think that was was that further finish?
His first place here in Abu Dhabi and becomes champion of the world.
Let's go.
Callie Mayer comes home in second. What a brilliant effort, but she'll be heartbroken to have come so close. Meanwhile, on the pit wall, massive celebrations for Connor Sport. The driver and constructor championships are
poor
theirs.
Devin, he doesn't know
And
what to
a
do.
celebration with some familiar faces grinning from ear to
Feel
ear.
for
It's
him as
Jackson,
well.
though, hero of the day, and I get the feeling he's just getting started. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, winner of the Drivers' Championship, at the pinnacle of his career, it's Aiden Jackson.
Right?
Whose idea was it to sneak onto the podium?
Andreo's.
So Devin says it was your idea to gate crash the podium.
And you believe him?
Right.
Who went along with it, Casper?
Devon said he'd pay the fines. And it was fun.
That's exactly what Aiden said to bring Casper on the podium with 21. Aww.
Were you happy for Aiden?
Don't ask me that.
Why not?
Because I wanted to win. More than anything.
Oh.
And I will always be gutted that I didn't.
Aiden, F1 Drivers' Champion 2025. How does that feel?
It's the greatest feeling in the world.
When you first started the team, did you ever think Connor Sport would win the championship?
No. Don't get me wrong, I thought we could compete. I thought we could win races, but I don't think I ever considered that Connor Sport would win the whole thing.
So much can happen.
But we did, didn't we?
Are you tempted to come back, Casper?
No.
No.
I mean, I'm grateful for everything the sport has given me.
Yeah.
I'm going back home to be a husband and a dad.
Yep.
And you're happy with that decision?
Mm-hmm.
I am.
And so you should be.
What do you think was the key to Connor Sport's success?
Is that a trick question? Me?
You git.
Obviously.
Oh. I'll let him have it. Oh. Everyone in harmony, even though one had to win. That's kind of gutting when you think about it. And I guess that's it. Yep. At long last. That's the achievement name. Wow. And I think it was the best one of them all, quite frankly, for many reasons. They went all out with this one. Dedicated to Mark Hancock. The name rings a bell, but I'm not too familiar with it. Pete Samara as well. Oh. Eddie Jordan, yeah. Oh my god, that was... I mean, we knew he'd obviously been ill beforehand, so... But it was still like, wow, really? Damn. Breaking Point 3, a good story, my favourite of all of them so far. A good ending, so I kind of hope they don't do any more, or at least that they're going to do something else, because I think that's a very good end. And F1 25 is good. It's good out of the box. I will have, obviously, the video of a 25% race. We'll go in reverse around Zandvoort. We'll be Max Verstappen. We'll start from the back of the grid. I know I'm giving it away, but hey-ho. And we'll also do the My Team video as well. And I hope you'll join me for those. And eventually, one day, F1 25 will be the home of the Aiden Jackson story when we get there. What will happen in the meantime? You have to stay tuned. Thank you for watching this playthrough. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I will see you back on F1 25 for other stuff. And of course, other stuff too. You guys know what to do. Follow, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Stay safe and stay awesome. I'm Simikios, signing off. Until next time. Peace.